Welcome to another session of Black Science TV 111.
Peace.
I got Universal Kareem Universal here with us today.
It's an honor.
And he about to set fire to y'all asses.
I'm gonna try something. All
right. This is the Metaphysics Society Association, Osei Kufuor. And we're about to ask him some questions pertaining to the Illuminati.
Absolutely.
And pertaining to the biochemical structures of the different entities as far as metaphysics.
Right.
Without further ado, we'll start our questions.
First and foremost, I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother. I want to pay reverence to that black woman first. Of course, I definitely got to do that. And then I want to say peace to all melanated species, Salome, Black Power, Bismillah Allah Rahim Rasul. Any organization you submit to, if you're a melanated species, I got to pay reverence, and I definitely got to say peace to all. So I'm going to let my brother shoot some questions at me.
All right, my brother. Thank you for that. Well, a lot of people is asking questions pertaining to the Illuminati.
Right.
And I don't know, but it's a lot of misconceptions
Absolutely.
dealing with this, because we know that the first Illuminati, which was the Black Illuminati, started in kemetic times.
Yes, it did.
And we can go to the papyruses and show them where they took and plagiarized and made it their own tradition in the Western world.
Right.
You know, but we only gave them, like you said, 33 degrees of knowledge. And water's freeze at 32, so therefore they can't go no further.
Right.
Now, I want you to touch on the Illuminati, the Western world Illuminati.
Okay. First of all, you got to understand that the Illuminati is nothing but a secret society that was invented by a guy named Adam Weishaupt. It was invented May 1st, 1776. I want you to keep that date in your head, because we say that in America that we got independence when? July 4th, 1776. Adam Weishaupt basically wanted a utopia, a perfect world, and some of his core fundamentals that he taught was fraternity, he taught equality, and he taught justice. And with that being said, he was a Jesuit priest. He also was a Mason, and he taught at a college called Gallstad.
That's right.
You can look all this information up. He was somewhat of an anarchist. He was against the government, because within a certain amount of time, within his organization, when it started to grow, the government, they kicked him out of Bavaria. And then a Colombian faction came in, and they formed another secret society that was based off some of the same core tenets.
Okay.
And they taught some of the same things.
That's right.
And basically, he looked at the pyramid, and it was a process of initiation through dissemination. He taught that those at the top of the pyramid were the all-seeing eyes.
That's right.
They were the brothers. They knew. And he took the ones that were at the bottom to the top. Hence, that's where you get the degrees of knowledge.
Right.
Mathematics.
Right.
So with that being said, it's nothing but a secret society. He taught many different things, but it was all perfect utopian society that wasn't based on governmental ideas.
All
so
right.
I want you to get that spook idea out of your head that the Illuminati was bad. Some of the same core tenets Illuminism took from kemetic sciences.
That's right.
So you got to get that idea into your head and really look at it from that perspective. Now, you have Blue House Masons, you have York Masons. Some are good, some are bad. Then you get the small organizations that are caught up in the 32 degrees, as you said, freezing. You got the Shriners.
All right.
You got the local Masons.
Well, let me just ask that question.
Ask away.
Do you think that the majority of House Negroes, so-called leaders, are in the bed with these Western world Freemasons?
Absolutely. When you look at, no disrespect, because I love the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was a Mason.
That's right.
You know, when he took his oath, you had many individuals that when they found out, they were trying to say, were you a Mason? Plenty of interviews you can see those questions being asked. And when you're a Mason, you take an oath, as far as Western world, to never reveal whether you're a Mason or not.
That's right.
You have to stick by the oath. So there's a lot of Masons. You see the handshakes, you see the justice, you see the circle, you see the square of truth.
Right.
You see many of that going on.
Now, is this why Elijah Muhammad used metaphysically when he said that he only went to third grade in school, but that symbolizes the third degree of Freemasonry? Because I know a few dudes in the lodge, let me say. And also, just to get back to the leaders, Jesse Jackson.
Yes.
I know that he's a 33 degree Freemason under the Western World Foundation.
Absolutely.
And I know this because he had his secretary. I won't say her name, but she sat on my board in 2010 when I had an organization down in Atlanta, Georgia, and she was telling me a lot of things as far as feminism, him dealing with homosexuality and things of that nature. And I know that he not only had ties with the Freemasons, but he had ties with the higher ups, who are the Federal Reserve banks, i.e. international bankers, so-called Illuminati, who gave him money And you know, just touch on that. Expand on the black leaders.
When you look at black leaders, as you just touched on, you know, Jesse Jackson, even Reverend Al Sharpton, when you get involved with some of the things when they teach, or you see the way they speak, they always speak in riddles and codes, you know, and they never talking specifically solutions for the black majority.
Right.
There's always solutions gathered towards everybody. Can't we all just get along? These words are specifically codes, they're riddles. And when you read between the lines, you see that they're in bed with most of the Bilderbergs, the Rothschilds, the JP Morgans, you know.
That's right.
These people fund these individuals.
That's
so
right.
if you really look at most of their programs and ideals, some of the same concepts come from a Freemason's perspective as far as the Western world. So, you know, anybody you come in contact with that you see pictures, when they take pictures with Al Gore or George Bush or Bill Clinton, most of the time they're involved with the secret societies within those organizations, the Skull and Bones. You see many of the presidents come from those fraternities.
Well, I'm glad you touched on Bill Clinton, because I know that before he became president, he was dealing with the mafia.
He was.
In Arkansas.
Yes.
And he was bringing in drugs. He had a few cases where he did dealing with touching little girls, but they threw that away.
Right.
Now, we know that Bill Clinton spoke with Michael Jackson and asked Michael Jackson to do a tour in Atlanta to give away free tickets to those who would agree to take vaccination shots.
Right.
Why did you think he did that? What was the agenda?
Well, you know, when you look at that plan within itself, you know, Michael Jackson, rest in peace. He was a pop icon. He was a culture figure. So for him to go to him and say, well, Michael Jackson, you do this, have this also in place for the agenda. And there's many black people that looked up to him that would have bought them tickets or took them tickets and said, well, this is the plan, it's genocide. You know, to Planned Parenthood, one of the biggest endorsers of that, Margaret Sanger. She was one of the founders of the NAACP.
Goddamn cracker.
So when you look at her, and she said, and it's a quote, you can look it up too. She said, I do not want the word to get out that we're trying to exterminate the Negro population.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Give it
so
to
all these, and no disrespect, there's certain times in which you should produce life in the seed, but when you bring a seed into this world, you take care of it. But condoms, abortions, I mean, you look at most African American females, they're some of the highest clientele of getting abortions. Why? Why is this targeted toward the black population? Why they come in our community and giving us solutions of condoms and get rid of these kids?
Depopulation.
Depopulation.
That's right.
You look at the Georgia Guidestones. Anybody that live in Georgia, look at them Guidestones. They showing you this is what we planning on doing.
That's right.
It's there.
That's right.
You know?
Now we gonna get back to the house nigga Jesse Jackson.
Let's do that.
Now, I know that he played a role in the murder of Martin Luther King.
Right.
Now, the night that Martin Luther King got shot, I know that they had certain misunderstandings after he had made his last speech. I've been to the mountaintop. Jesse Jackson wanted him to go to dinner, but to keep his tie on. But Martin Luther King had told him, you know, I had just finished doing the speech and I feel uncomfortable. I want to loosen my tie up, take up and get in some other clothes. But Jesse Jackson told him to keep his tie on, and the agenda we know was because they told him that the culprit or the target would be the one with the tie on. Right? And if you look at the video, you will see that he was the only one with a tie on.
Right.
Now, why was it that Jesse Jackson that night was the only one able to catch an airplane out of that state and into his destination, and the next morning he was on Meet the Press claiming to be black people's leaders? Now keep in mind that they shut down all of the airports that day.
Okay, when you do the research on they did.
And nobody was able to get on there. Can you expand on why?
I'm gonna expand on that, man. Whenever you enter these secret societies that I just touched on, like even the ones that have some of the sick things, like the Bohemian Grove, you know what I'm saying, that you always need a kill. You need to sacrifice your lamb.
That's right.
You gotta sacrifice somebody in that bloodline. And they knew it was a plan initiated from him. Dick Gregory, I love him. If you go to Dick Gregory, MLK, and Jesse Jackson, there's a video of Jesse Jackson doing a speech, and he admits it on camera. He said, I knew that when we entered the balcony, it was MLK's last few minutes to live. How do you know that? And how would you have known that if there wasn't a plan put in place to kill this man?
That's
he
right.
admitted that. If you look at the speech, Dick Gregory stops it in the middle of the speech, and he admits it on camera. On camera.
Right.
So,
now we will ask some conflict. Do you think that Jesse Jackson of today is a clone?
Absolutely. And if you don't believe there's clones in the government or that has been put in place, then you are a fool. When you look at George W. Bush Sr., it showed him like a birthmark on a hand, and then when he then it's another picture of him after he went into the situation. He didn't have a birthmark on his hand.
That's right.
Like, come on, man.
That's
like,
right.
You can't make it any
Because not only that, but I did some research and found out that Princess Diana was supposed to have been the wife of Bill Clinton.
Right.
But when she declined, the Queen of England, the so-called, the white bitch of England. I'm gonna say that, right? Because they said a bitch is an animal with 4 legs, and a hybrid at that. So I got a right to. I'm justified in using that word.
Right.
But they said that when she declined that offer, they made a move to kill her. She knew this, and she wrote a letter to her butler, and she understood the semantics of cloning. And then she left and went somewhere with a close friend. I don't know his name. I didn't get the specifics, but I know for a fact that she had the people that was found in that underground tomb with a car. They said she had had a car accident. Those people in the car with her, or that was hers, was a clone.
Right.
Everybody that was in that car was a clone. Now, I want you to touch on why, or can white people with white skin have a soul? And if so, can they be detected, and will they be a part of the evolution?
Well, when you look at, and it's good that you said the word evolution. When you look at the word soul, you got Kabbalah, black soul, the Kabbalah. Even the Messianic Jews, they knew that. So they knew what that dark melanin was. Now, if you were a hybrid species, that means you are a prototype. You know what I'm saying? You're an extension of what the original black race is. So in essence, can you have a soul? Absolutely not. You cannot have a soul. You are disconnected with nature. You are disrupted. You are off the rhythm. You are off course. You have no frequency with that higher.
That's right.
With that higher dark matter. So of course not. You know, that's why they can engineer prototypes. You cannot artificially create a black man. You can't do that. That's right. We're the original. We existed before time.
That's right. That's right. Now, we're gonna talk about Martin Luther King Jr. And before I go forward, let me tell you, happy Negroes, Martin Luther King did not preach about Jesus Christ, and he did not believe in Christ. I'll let you know that because in the King papers or the King letters at Morehouse, you can go and get it. He said specifically that Christ did not exist as a person. Now, I'm gonna ask you, my brother, what do you think about that?
MLK, especially when you come into his later days, and I Have a Dream speech, before you get to the emotional part, in which we know we are connected with emotions because we're arithmetic creatures. But before that, in that speech, he was saying some very, 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 very revolutionary things. So I think that with that being said, MLK understood the significance of what religion was during that time period because that's all we had. So he applied that to the people in order to bring them in and show them that. Because before he came into, using Christianity, he was taught under many different things. He was taught under Marxism, communism. You can see him sit down with different individuals and learning. So he did not believe in Christianity. He was a very revolutionary brother. That's right. No, they had to take him out. And after they took him out, they took his brother out.
That's right, brother. And shot his mother playing the piano right in the church.
They shot his mother playing the piano.
That's right.
They took everybody out.
Exactly. Now, I just got some updates about Sandra Bland.
Okay.
Now, they show a footage of her and a goddamn cracker pulling her over and then telling her that she broke the law because she was smoking a cigarette.
Right.
Not only that, when she asked him what was she being arrested for, apprehended, he said that he gave her a warning. Now, expand on that.
Well, when you go into the Sandra Bland case, you gotta really dig deep into her life before this case even happened. If you go look at her videos, go look at her social media sites, this sister was a revolutionary queen. You see her with shirts of the pharaohs. You see her with different types of, the kinky curly going on.
That's
you
right.
see her putting that wisdom to work.
That non-ether, that melanin. That's right.
She was building on some of them videos, so it's not like they didn't know who she was.
Right.
I mean, it's ages everywhere. You think they ain't watching? You think they ain't watching this media right now?
That's
They're
right.
watching everything.
Well, let me just touch on that.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Now, we think that we're going to get liberation through physicality. This is a spiritual thing. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying to all the queens, the black queens out here, get a picture of that goddamn devil and put it on the altar and burn some candles.
Right.
Let's get back into our magic and voodoo.
Right.
Because this is how we're going to get rid of these goddamn crackers.
Right. If anybody's saying that voodoo is evil, it's all African based. And even in the Bible, it's voodoo. You got people turning water into wine and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like one fish and the 12 and all, like bread all popping up out of nowhere. And
That's
shit.
right.
That's voodoo.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So we got to get in touch with everything and stop looking at it from a physical perspective. But in essence, as he mentioned before, that woman is the only physical body on the planet Earth.
That's right.
The black woman.
Go ahead, bro.
The man is mental. We mental.
That's
you know what I'm saying? We leave behind that, but the woman is the physical vessel for that.
That's right.
So we gotta start building and bringing it together, man. We gotta stop calling that black female a bitch, a slut, or be so quick to call her thigh. How you gonna disrespect something you came from? You talking about you sucking on her titty for 9 months or this amount of time? You gonna disrespect her?
You know what? I diagnosed that as psychological homosexuality.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say that again. I diagnosed that as psychological homosexuality.
Absolutely.
Whenever you can hate a woman in any type of form or fashion,
Yeah.
it's homosexuality. You ain't gotta like a woman sexually, but when you disrespect her morally, you a homosexual to me. So you niggas need to stand the fuck up,
Right.
protect your queen, and stop that bullshit.
Right.
Now,
I heard brothers to say, oh, well, I want to get into the diameter of her womb and cultivate her mind. Well, how you going to cultivate her mind if you got a filthy seed? You put a filthy seed in soil. What you think you going to get?
that's right.
You're going to get a savage.
That's
you
right.
know what I'm saying? So you got to look at what you produce. The product of who you are is what you produce, what you put into this world.
That's right.
And that's karma. People say karma's a bitch. That's a lie.
Right.
Karma is my queen.
That's right.
Karma represents that good and evil. What you put into the world, you get back.
That's right, brother. There you go. That's
You
what
know
I'm talking
saying?
about.
So we got to bring it all together. We got to stop playing with each other, man. This is not a game.
The Metaphysics Society Association represent, goddammit.
You know,
and this brother gonna be doing a lecture in January, and he writing a book. So look forward to this brother, cause he bringing some powerful information.
Thank you.
Now, we're gonna talk about religion for a minute. Now,
Let's get into it.
people say that the 10% that you spend in church goes to God. Now I gotta ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that the preacher can't show you an account number or a route number with God's name on it? Huh?
And it's crazy you asked that question because once you go into the Bible, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do my research. But it's a passage in the Old Testament that speaks of tithing, but it has nothing to do with money.
That's right.
It has nothing to do with money. It talks about the harvest. So in essence, they'll say, well, there is texts that touch on money. Where? Where is the text that touch on money?
That's
and
right.
if God is omnipotent, why he need money?
That's right. That's right.
If he can solve all the problems, why he need money?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Where is it going? So that's my problem with it. And one of the things is they say give 10%. That's just a number. Where is this number at in the Bible?
But don't we think with 10% of our brain?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, well, that's metaphysical.
That's
See,
metaphysics
a lot
right
of people
there.
don't understand
Absolutely,
that.
yeah.
Now, my great brother, I want you to expand on some of the things you're going to be doing in the area soon in Lynchburg, Virginia, and all over. Because I know we're going to be doing some traveling
Absolutely.
soon. You know, man, you're going to be down in the Tidewater area
Right.
in a few months. So,
Right.
and also we'll be doing a lot of, classes with young black women. And young black men, and
Right.
also setting up the moral standards, and having a foundation for our people here. Touch on the economic situation.
Well, pertaining to economics, basically right now, I got a fight coming up. Yes, I'm a professional fighter.
That's
so
right.
if you see me doing my thing, I want to raise up the physical awareness that we are gifted individuals, and we were the first fighters. We were the first samurais. They were black. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So that's in us. I want to teach kids self-discipline. I want to teach them how to defend themselves. So after I fight, I'll be holding classes at the YMCA, and I will show all ages, up from 6 to 18 or even older, how to defend themselves, how to get into better shape, how to use different dietary, prototypes to make their cells better.
All right,
One
there
of
you
the
go.
things I'll be working on in the process of that, after I take time out to do that, is a book. It's called The Destruction of the Black Woman and Feminism.
Okay.
And how it separated us from the black woman. Because like I said, we quick to call her these names, we quick to put her down, we quick to treat her any type of way, but I want to get into the psychological elements of why we do that. And so that's one of my main, goals is to pay homage to the black woman. And throughout this whole time period, I'm gonna be showing that black woman love all the time. Even if she don't respect herself, I'm gonna respect her.
That's right. Now we're gonna say this too to the black woman. Don't let no brother have it easy when it comes to him being a warrior.
Yep.
He's to be your protector, not to be laying around playing video games all day. Because a lot of these Negroes are psychologically enhanced in the matrix system. And they want to sit around and blame the black woman for all their problems. But goddamn, the black woman is a single parent.
Yep.
And that's common. That's an agenda. So we need to get back into the homes. We need to get back to protecting our black woman. Because like I said before, she is our garden. She produces the produce for us.
Right.
So therefore, You have to look at their agenda. They taking us away from her so that they can come into the scene and take our produce. You expand on that, my
I'm
brother.
gonna expand on that. The woman is a garden, and we're a farmer. And as I mentioned before, if you're a farmer, you got to know what the seed that you're dealing with. You got to know what type of garden you want to manifest. You got a dirty seed, plant it in that soil, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. So when your kids get older and they look at you, they gonna say, well, you ain't teach me shit.
That's right.
You ain't do shit for me. They gonna tell on you.
That's right.
They gonna tell on you. They gonna show what you've been doing. So as he said before, you as a black woman, you wisdom, you water, you flow, you this universe, you are us. So don't let us get it easy.
That's right. And what I'm saying is, brothers, I ain't saying this to down y'all,
Right.
but it's time for us to stand up. Play games is over, man.
Stop playing, man.
You get what I'm saying? You
Stop
know,
playing.
the Sandra Bland thing should have opened our eyes. They coming for the woman now.
Right.
So now we gotta stand up.
Right.
Cause don't no woman want no punk. She don't want no kitty cat. She want a lion.
Right.
And I can guarantee you that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, you can go ahead and close out, my brother, on whatever you got to close out with.
I'm gonna go ahead and close out, like I said. For those who wanna add me or just get in tune with who I am, my name is Kareem Universal. /Bardet, Kareem Milner. That's my Facebook name. You can add me up the brother Osei Kufuor's page, and I'm gonna be building all the time, man. This is Black Science TV.
That's
Peace.
right. Peace.